Return to Northrend.
Finally here. Preparation complete.
Who's this person speaking? Is this a content creator? Kind of feel like it is. It's WoW. Wow, WoW in the official channel. That's fucking awesome. That is fucking legit.
The day is finally here. Preparation completed and characters ready. It's time to board that ship.
See, my character's not ready. If I had known about Heroic Plus, I probably would have created a character.
Zeppelin and head off to Northrend once again. My name is WillE. Join me today as we check out a few ways you can get started in Wrath Classic. Speaking of boarding ships or zeppelins, that's going to be the first thing that everybody does one of. In Wrath, there are two separate zones that you can begin questing on your journey to.
Let's be completely honest, there's actually one zone, okay? Nobody wants to go to the fucking Borean Tundra, alright? Nobody wants to go to the Borean Tundra. Anybody wants to go to the Borean Tundra? Good job, you screwed yourself. What you really want to do is you want to go to the Howling Fjord, okay? Trust me, no, Q, you don't want to go to the Borean Tundra. You really don't, dude. You know that the Howling Fjord is better. Don't be a bitch. No, you want to go to the Howling Fjord. Don't be a bitch. Okay. Now we have to settle this. See, you guys did this, and now I have to settle it. Okay, now we have to settle it. No fucking troll votes, only the real deal, all right? Howling Fjord, Borean Tundra. Okay, let's go. This is going to be a very quick vote. Start poll. 1 minute. I'm going to bring it up here and everything. Look at this. Here we go. Come on. Don't you fucking dare troll me. Don't you fucking dare. Bro, I swear to, if Borean Tundra wins, don't
if
you
only I could
guys
be so grossly incandescent.
Odin 5, thank you very much for being grossly incandescent for 32 months. Tip of the hat. Appreciate the support. Thank you. Dude, there's no way. You guys are trolling. You guys are 1,000% trolling. There is no way. There's no way. You realize that zone was actually called the Boring Tundra. Nobody actually wanted to go there. Give up, Rurikhan. We have the high ground. You're completely wrong. The Howling Fjord was higher than the Boring Tundra. Bro, no, Howling Fjord was fucking awesome, dude. I can't believe this. I can't believe this. Curse your sudden but inevitable betrayal. Bro, Q, no, Q, no. Borean Tundra sucked, all right? Borean Tundra was a terrible zone. I don't care what you say. You're wrong.
80. First up, the Borean Tundra. For the Alliance, there is a new ship that docks on the far north of the also new Stormwind Harbour that will take you directly to Valiant's Keep. For the Horde, there will be a new Zeppelin tower just on the west of the entrance to Orgrimmar that will land you in Warsong Hold. The Tundra itself is a great start to the expansion with tons of quests, a new set of dungeons in Caldara, and plenty of introductions to new races, such as the
Oculus
Tonka
right there.
or the Tuskar. Your other
Tonka.
choice to make would be to go to the Howling Fjord, way over on the opposite side of
The
Northrend.
better zone.
To get there, Alliance have to take a ride from the northernmost dock in Menethil Harbour, whilst Horde take a Zeppelin from the westernmost tower outside of the Undercity. Howling Fjord is most known for its huge central building in Utgard, as well as an introduction to the savage Vrykul.
Dude, the Vrykul are awesome.
Going Howling Fjord.
There you go, dude. There you go. I'm glad that somebody is reasonable. I'm glad that at least the person making the video is fucking reasonable. Okay? Look at it. I'm definitely going to Howling Fjord. You just can't beat that.
Beat that boat ride in as a start to the expansion.
You're goddamn right you can't. Like, imagine unironically going to the Borean Tundra, bro. Imagine unironically going to the Borean Tundra. All right? Like, what the fuck, dude?
Progressing through the levels, you'll eventually need to start thinking about flying. Certain zones, mainly the Storm Peaks, require it to really be able to get across the mountainous landscape. Cold weather flying is bought at Dalaran for a one-time cost of 1,000 gold, which might sound like a fairly hefty.
Wasn't it 5,000 back in the day, Q? Am I wrong? Or was it like 5,000 for like some other special flying that we'd get later? I could swear it was more expensive than 1,000. It was always 1,000? Okay.
Some, but your questing journey is already going to
Oh, so later there's like an upgraded version. Okay, that makes sense.
be covering quite a good portion of that fee. If gold is still tight though, you're not stuck on the ability to progress content. Over in the Storm Peaks at K3 is Honest Max, who will straight up give you a free loaned mount, though it is only usable in Sholazar Basin, the Storm Peaks and Ice Crown. But hey, free mount, better than nothing. Also, if you're keen on leveling alts early on, the same NPC that teaches you cold weather flying also sells an account bound tome to teach that skill to alts at level 68 or above, so the questing will go even faster the second time around. As you are questing, you'll also be working on various reputations. At friendly with a number of North End factions, you'll be able to buy a tabard that will cause you to make advances with that reputation.
Dude, this was the best way to do reps. I don't know why they stopped doing this. This was hands down the best way to do reps. You just equip the tabard, go do dungeons, and boom, it raises your rep. Like, why did they ever change that? I'm genuinely curious. Why did they change that? This was the best way to do reps. Like, straight up. There was no better way of doing reps. Just get the fucking tabard. Boom, done. I don't understand. I don't understand what the logic was behind, like, oh no, let's change it. This is smart. Derp derp. Because casual players were falling behind. How's this any of my fucking problem? Really? Is it? But wait a minute. This is one of the most casual ways of leveling a rep. How are casual players falling behind? That doesn't make any sense. This is literally the most casual way of doing it. You just grab this, go do a dungeon. We need to spam dungeons? Who cares? Don't spam dungeons. There were other things that you could do, right? Was it always dungeons? I don't remember.
When in dungeons.
It was like the best.
You'll likely have reached friendly just by having quested a bit in each zone, but it's important to remember to pick up the tabard when you can. Each faction, of course, has its own number of rewards for professions, toys, mounts, enchants, and so on. Similar to the Burning Crusade.
By the way, there's no transmogs in Classic, right? There's no actual transmogs at this point of the game yet. Oh my god. I kind of want to play it just for that. Dude. Ruri holding the urge to play Wrath. Dude, I'm like clinging on for dear life. I'm clinging on for dear life, dude. I'm an actual Klingon right now. Like Star Trek Klingon, clinging on.
Revered will be needed to buy various head enchants, such as the Arcanum of Blissful Mending from the Wormrest Accord, or the Arcanum of Torment from the Knights of the Ebon Blade. The Sons of Hodia are where you will find the best shoulder enchants. This faction will be met when questing in the Storm Peaks, and you'll have to work your way up with them through dailies or from turning in Relics of Ulduar, which can be farmed in the Storm Peaks dungeons, but you're going to need a lot of them, and you should expect them to be expensive early.
CQ, this is why I thought that this was easy. You can get the relics from the dungeons. Imagine how many times I did those fucking things. I was probably running them nonstop. I'd log in. Oh, time to do some dungeons. Let's go.
On. Each reputation has more rewards than we can go over here, so do check up on them to see what fits your playstyle best, but just know there's something to work on. Much like the Burning Crusade, Wrath the Lich King will also have heroic dungeons. 12 will be available at launch, with 4 more coming in later content patches. These will be your go-to activity to start building up
I love this dungeon.
your character at a level cap, not only awarding epic quality items, but also emblems of heroism that can be turned in at Dalaran for a variety of powerful items. Emblems are a good filler for those moments where the item you're after just isn't dropping, but you can always buy something from a vendor for certain eventually. You can also spend emblems on PvP gear too, or even heirlooms later on when you have more of them than you know what to do with. On top of the loot and emblems, heroic dungeons have a bunch of toys and mounts too for collection enthusiasts. A few of the more memorable ones are the Bronze Drake from the Culling of Stratholme. This is awarded as a guaranteed drop from an extra boss upon—
It was 20 minutes, right? You had to get to this optional boss like 20 minutes before. You basically had to get to this boss like super fast to get it. Yeah, I remember that. We used to do this all the time. I remember doing this for most people. Like usually when I was doing this dungeon on heroic, I would ask people, do you have the mount already? No? Okay, let's go do the run for the mount then.
On having completed a timed run, and I use the word timed very lightly here. It's a pretty generous timer, I'll say that much. Other
Yeah,
more
it is.
randomized items are the blue Proto Drake, which drops from
Dude, I never got this one.
Skadi the Ruthless, the first
Must have killed this motherfucker like 50 times. I think one time it dropped and you got it, Q. I think one time this thing dropped and we were in a party and you fucking got it. You lucky prick.
boss in Utgard Pinnacle, or the Super Simian Sphere, which, okay, it can drop from just about anything in Northrend, but I'll always remember seeing one drop in the Nexus during original Wrath. And no, I didn't win it. As with any expansion, getting your professions up to speed will be worth considering early on, and for Wrath Classic, every profession gains unique benefits. Tailors can upgrade their
Oh, right. I forgot about this. Ooh, that's bad. Oh, fuck. That sucks. If I remember correctly, the best professions for tanking was mining and either blacksmithing or jewel crafting. I forget which one it was. I think jewel crafting was the best one. I'm not sure, because they actually give you stats.
cloaks with embroideries. Jewel crafters have access to special gems which provide way more stats than normal.
Yeah, see, jewel crafters have access to extra gems that provide more stats. So for tanking, you would need mining and jewel crafting.
Blacksmiths can add extra sockets to their gear, and engineers can, among other things, make their own mailbox, fire rockets out their hands, teleport across Northrend with a wormhole machine, get nitro boosts, and loads more.
Dude, nitro
Engineering
boost is so
rather
good.
this expansion. Gathering will be super important early on too. All these other professions need those
Oh, dude, it's a dwarf! Fuck, stop.
ore and herbs to come from somewhere, and doing laps of endgame zones is going to be some easy and reliable gold throughout the expansion, but this will be especially true at the start. Raiding content is one of the things.
There's no WoW token in Classic either, right? Fuck.
I'm most looking forwards to getting stuck into. However, this time around there will be a little wait until they are open. Tier 7, including the Vault of Archivon, Sartharian's Lair, Eye of Eternity, and a revamped Naxxramas will be open on October 6th globally. That's a solid week and a half from launch, meaning there's less of that feeling that you need to rush and you might be missing a reset. And during that week and a half, there's already plenty to do at a level cap. For PvPers, Wrath Classic will launch with a bunch of content to offer as well. Similar to raiding, there will be a grace period before Arena Season 5 begins, which will happen on the reset after launch, so October 4th for North America and 5th for Europe. Other features available on day 1 will be a new battleground in Strand of the Ancients, the battle for Wintergrasp, as well as open world PvP. For more information on everything that's changed in the world of PvP, check out the dedicated video in the description below. And finally, achievements are in the game, and for some people that will be the real end game. There are tons of them, but some of them may be a little more interesting to complete sooner rather than
If only
later.
I could be
Was this
so
one they were
gloriously
introduced?
incandescent.
They were introduced during the pre-patch in TBC, right? Yeah, that's when achievements were initially introduced, I think. Oh, wow. That means that TBC didn't actually have achievements, right? Chili Damon, thank you very much for making Chronic 1904 grossly incandescent. Tip of the hat. Appreciate the support. Thank you.
Learning as you go on a buck hunt around Dalaran, eventually rewarding a companion pet. And whilst Dalaran is going to be incredibly busy early on, I think most people will only be there for a short period of time before going back out to level, so it may be a good time to check some of the spawn locations before more people start thinking about doing it. The Lore Master of Northrend is actually super good for many reasons as well. Okay, it might not be the smallest task to get done right at the start, but it's going to give you so many benefits. Questing after level cap will be earning you bonus gold. You'll be getting reputation towards major factions, which you'll have wanted to do anyway. There's been an update made where certain Ender Zone quests will reward emblems of heroism. Those will be good for when you're gearing. And there's a hidden bonus for Lore Masters too, specifically for tailors. You can talk to your trainer in Dalaran to learn how to craft the Death Chill Cloak, which before you hit up raiding content is the best option for many spellcaster DPS. And you could be the person on your server who has the ability to craft that early on. So whether you're planning on raids, arena, or just some gathering and professions, Wrath Classic has a ton to be checking out. We hope you enjoyed the video, subscribe for more Wrath Classic content, and welcome back to Northrend.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, Wrath is looking. It's looking pretty good. It's looking pretty good, guys. It's looking pretty good. Should we play Wrath, guys? Hey, it could possibly go wrong. Oh man, it is hard. Okay, so they also did a couple of remasters. So they remastered the Wrath of the Lich King cinematic.
My son,
Spoilers.
the day you were born, the very forests of Lordaeron whispered the name Arthas.
Arthas.
Child, I watched with pride as you grew into a weapon of righteousness. Remember, our line has always ruled with wisdom and strength. And I know you will show restraint when exercising your great power.
This is a good-ass cinematic.
Truest victory, my son, is stirring the hearts of your people.
Syndragosa is buffing them.
For when my days have come to an end, you shall be king.
Still the best World of Warcraft expansion. Can't wait to beat this guy and use his essence as a weapon upgrade. Yeah, dude. Is that the guy that became an anima power? See, that's the meme, isn't it? Blizzard did Arthas so fucking dirty, dude. So fucking dirty. Are they bringing back the Mr. T grenades too? Yeah, they're bringing back the Night Elf Mohawk. My name is Mr. T and I'm a Night Elf Mohawk. I'm a Night Elf Mohawk. Where's Classy going to go after this, though? Miss of Pandaria? It's like, that's the thing, right? Me playing World of Warcraft Wrath of the Lich King, I know it's just a temporary thing. That's the problem, and that's one of the things that actually keeps me from playing it. It's like, it's a temporary thing, because when Wrath is done, like, what am I going to do? Play Cataclysm? Play Mists? They'd have to jump from Wrath of the Lich King to fucking Legion. They'd have to go World of Warcraft Legion Classic. I mean, who the fuck is gonna, like, realistically, are there actually people that want to play Cataclysm Classic. Can you even call Cataclysm Classic? Well, Wrath of the Lich King should be the last in the Classic series. Exactly. The problem is, what is Blizzard going to do? Right? Like, what are they going to do with Classic if it just ends in Wrath of the Lich King? They can't be working towards two different expansions. This is why it would make sense. I think we would be surprised, Rurikhan. Would we really? There's people that actually want to play Cataclysm Classic? There's no way, dude. There's no way, dude. Kata is not classic. Wrath is where it needs to end. Yeah, it's true. There's another remaster. They remastered the trailer as well. Let's take a look at it. Oh, no, wait. This is not remastered. This is a brand new trailer. Isn't it? Yeah, this is the launch trailer for Wrath of the Lich King Classic. This is a new trailer.
Can you feel it, my son?
It's begun. Young heroes, you will venture deep into forgotten lands. You will see wonders beyond imagining. But in the end, all that awaits you is death.
Rise up! The hour of justice has come!
You will sacrifice everything as the final darkness falls.
Dude, Wrathgate!
In all your power and glory, all must serve the one true king.
Classic Universe MMO, come. Why are you like this? Why are you like this? Can't wait to play Torghast in Shadowlands Classic. I can't wait for Shadowlands Classic. It's like, this is what I was talking about with my idea for the story of World of Warcraft. Like, what they should do next is they should just straight up merge the timelines between after Dragonflight, and it should merge with Wrath Classic. But they're never going to do it. It would be the best idea. I need to write that idea down, make a video about it at some point. I need to write all of that down.